Good morning, everyone. We are the Consent Architects from the School of Economics at the University of Queensland. My name is Saumya. This is Abigail, Lachlan, and Thi Thao. So before we get started today, I just want to ask everyone a question. With a show of hands, can anyone put their hands up if, before signing into the guest Wi-Fi yesterday, you read through the terms and conditions? That's what I thought. We get these prompts in our day-to-day lives, but we just move past them because either we're familiar with them, we don't have enough time, or we don't have the comprehension to fully understand the terms and conditions that are present before us. So this is the same underlying issue that's present when giving dynamic consent or giving informed consent in health research or clinical trials. Now, in economics, we usually view individuals as being fully informed and rational, but this is hardly ever the case. It's difficult for most individuals to realize the benefits of medical research because they're not immediate when you compare it to something like access to Wi-Fi, because when you get access to Wi-Fi, the benefit is right there. You can start surfing the web. But we're here today because we do realize the benefits of medical research and clinical trials. But the problem is that it's difficult for other people to realize how beneficial their participation is in these things. So how do we make it easier for them in order to participate in this research and provide continuous consent? So there are some challenges or barriers that we've sort of found when trying to engage patients in this dynamic consent process. So one of the first challenges is that there's a lack of a representative sample of Queenslanders that is available for participation in research. The other problem is, how do we actually translate the legalese of giving consent into things that people can understand every day? And lastly, even if we can solve those two things, how can we keep consistent participation on this platform? So luckily for you guys, we've developed a series of strategies and nudges that help address these issues and that are low cost, easy to implement, and flexible. So these are nudges that aim at giving people the full information rather than coercing them into something else. So with the first strategy, I'll pass it on to Abigail.
Great. Thank you so much, Saumya. So the first problem that we have identified is in relation to health data and health research is a lack of representation among Queenslanders. And to solve this issue, we propose a two-phase rollout of the dynamic consent process. Our first phase will deliberately target a subgroup that is on the front line of receiving the benefits of health research, and these are the healthcare workers. They're going to receive the first opportunity to engage with the consent process, and to incentivize their participation, we will incorporate education on dynamic consent as part of their continuing professional development. The design of the rollout will be evaluated and tweaked throughout the first phase prior to the second phase rollout. After we have reached a satisfactory participation level among healthcare workers, we will expand the program to include all patients under the Queensland healthcare system. And this is going to be our second phase. We anticipate that healthcare workers can pass on their first-hand experience to assist patients in navigating the complexities around informed consent. We see the benefits of this as threefold. First, given healthcare workers observe the direct benefits of health policy and research change, we expect higher participation rates compared to the general population. Second, we will communicate the high participation rate from phase 1 into phase 2, signalling to the general population that the web-based portal is trustworthy. For many of the potential participants, healthcare workers act as their first exposure to the dynamic consent portal, and we hope that their influence can positively frame the portal. This follows into our third and final benefit. Given healthcare professionals are often known and trusted in rural and remote communities, their influence will aid a broader range of participant engagement. Effectively, the ease and comfort of health professional nudges will result in a representative group of participants across Queensland. Lachlan will now go through our second solution.
Thanks, Abigail. So I'm going to be discussing how we will be simplifying the process of informed consent. So within the framework of informed consent, one of the most significant challenges we have to solve for is actually getting people to understand how their decisions may affect them. The majority of participants will be inexperienced and poorly informed with regards to their health data and the associated research, which means that they'll have a difficult time in choosing the appropriate level of consent for themselves. So consequently, we have developed a system of information-based labels aimed at notifying participants of the most crucial elements involved in the consenting process. We have focused on providing visual aids showing whether they can revoke consent, the retention time of their information, whether the information is de-identified, who has access to it, where it's stored, and whether it's linked to any outside databases. Furthermore, if need be, more in-depth information will be able to be acquired if they hover over or click through to these labels. We expect that this strategy will build confidence in the decisions that participants make by allowing them to make their own decisions based off the criteria that they are comfortable with. Research indicates that credible labels can be used to signal information to individuals which can positively affect their behaviour. This is most effective when participants understand what the labels are conveying, and which prompts us to create designs which are intuitive and easy to understand. To complement this strategy, we are also going to be incorporating a series of subtitled videos outlining the studies in which people's data will be used, and this will be specifically aimed at culturally and linguistically diverse groups. The videos, in combination with the information labels, will mean that a wide range of people will be able to participate and understand the consenting process, particularly those of differing backgrounds and those of differing abilities. This nudge aims at tapping into people's automatic responses by invoking effortless understanding of the labels and associating them with the information they require in order to give informed consent. The videos also further aim to bolster this type of thinking, as people tend to use their automatic systems when communicating in their native language. The implementation of this strategy is low cost, is low effort, and adequately fulfills the requirements of informed consent. I'll now hand over to Thao for our third solution.
Okay, so to ensure that people continue to engage with the system in the long run, we suggest implementing an online community and applying the gamification strategies. So this comes from the science of lasting behavior, which include taking the right first steps, making it easy for people to give consent, making them realize the benefits and the importance of giving consent, like my team member have just presented. The embedded online community will feature testimonials from previous participants, encouraged to share the experience of taking part in clinical trial, and reveal insight from researchers. We also promote personal stories of how their loved one was saved thanks to research. Hosting this community will alleviate the problem of peer comparisons. We'll also add user-centric features on the portal to ensure comfort and continuous participations. When users give consent, they will receive immediate feedback like great work, virtual high five, celebration effects, and after giving consent, they will receive nominal point and reward, which instill a sense of achievement. We'll send e-card for every consent anniversary, which are tailored specifically for each individual. These features will give people a sense of community engagement and personal fulfillment. The reward and recognition system will reinforce the consenting behavior, and gradually we hope that it will become an ongoing habit, just like recycling.
So there you have it. Those are our three strategies. Now, these strategies are all low cost as compared to other traditional methods. They are flexible, so they can be changed throughout the process. And most importantly, they create a sense of community and develop social capital, because it allows individuals from all backgrounds to get together and people with different ailments to have a community to share their experiences and make the realization of the importance of medical research more realized for everyone. Thank you.